Hello and welcome everybody to our presentation on the Bachelor of Information Technology, preparing yourself for a future-focused career. Hello, and my name is Dr. Alicia Lanham and I'm the course director for the Bachelor of IT. Today, I'm really excited to have with me Ms. Gayatri Joshi, who's going to talk to us about her student experience a bit later in our presentation. So if you'd like to say hello now.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Gayatri, and I'm studying Bachelor's of Information Technology, and I'm a third-year student at Deakin.
Thanks. Thanks, Gayatri. And we'll hear again from Gayatri a bit later on in our presentation. So hello, and I'd like to welcome you to our virtual open day here at Deakin. As I said, my name's Alicia and I'm the course director for the Bachelor of IT. And I'm really excited to be with you today to talk to you about lots of different exciting things in the world of IT, but obviously focusing on my passion, which is my course, the Bachelor of Information Technology. And so in this presentation, we're going to talk to you about why studying a Bachelor of Information Technology is a really smart choice, especially in a technology-driven future. So, as part of today's team, we have with us our MC, Dr. Michael Hobbs, who will be chairing our question and answer session a little bit later, in fact, right after this presentation that we have today. So, within this presentation, I'm going to tell you start with a bit about me. And so I'm, as I said, the course director for the Bachelor of IT. Just a little bit about my background. I'm really passionate about my design and interface design skills, but also about creating an environment for the users, because what's most important in IT to remember is that we're always designing our solutions for our users and our clients. So it's really important to make sure that we actually have that focus and that lens on when we're designing and creating our solutions. So I hope that you'll enjoy today's presentation. So without further ado, let's get started. So in today's presentation, we're first going to take a look at several different key points to focus on as we move through the presentation, but obviously to try and give you an overview as to why it's important to study IT, why I hope that you pick the Bachelor of Information Technology as your course of choice, and also why it's important to understand the environment. So why it's important to know what's special about studying with us at Deakin and what studying at Deakin can actually do to enhance your chances of graduate employability as you exit. One of the really interesting things in IT is that, and one of the things that drew me to IT as a discipline, is that it's constant evolution and change. The way in which we're always adapting, changing. You can wake up one morning and there's a brand new piece of technology or a new way of applying it that's never been thought of before. And we can see here from this list of emerging trends in IT from both a four-year plan from both business and government perspective, some of the highlights and key opportunities that are going to be on the horizon if you study with us when you're graduating out to join the workforce. So some of these areas include machine learning. So this is one of the top priorities, in fact, that government and industry are both agreeing on will be one of the biggest growth sectors in IT. We also have the Internet of Things and blockchain, which are also making a move, but things like even aspects and specializations within IT, such as 3D printing and robotics, are really set to have a really big shift and movement in this space for both prototyping, but also about really blending the lines between technologies and humans, really making it a space in which humans and technologies can work together. So we can see quite a gamut of topics that are becoming the emerging trends coming out of IT. One of the most important things that's great about becoming an IT professional is that you're not just limited to the field of IT. And this is a really important thing to know, especially when you're thinking about future career pathways. It's often that we focus in our future career pathway on just the IT field, but IT now opens the door to a lot of different industries and also potential career pathways. The skills and knowledge package that we provide our IT graduates with actually makes you a sought after graduate for different sectors of our broader industries across our nation. So let's have a chat now about why IT is a smart choice to make when you're looking through the different course choices of what you might study at tertiary level or in your higher education journey. And one of the bonuses that we have by becoming an IT professional is that we are still seeing growth in this sector. So it's a really smart career choice that you're making by thinking about and hopefully following through and joining us here at Deakin by studying our Bachelor of Information Technology. So the Australian ICT workforce is the sector which you will be joining. And what's great is that we can see in a current 2019 report that there's still growth and development in this space. So we can see by the numbers on the screen that there's an expected growth of about 100,000 workers in this space between 2018 and 2024. And if you're doing the math, that means that'll be around, if you join us in 2021, that would be around the time you'd be joining the IT workforce. So it's really important to note that there is opportunities and there is expected growth in this industry that you're going to study in. In the Bachelor of IT, we're really trying to aim our skill set of students to really develop their leadership and communication skills as well as their professionalism in the IT space. And when we see that there's an expected growth of 19% in this professional area, it's really exciting to know that our course is tailored and is actually following alongside this expected growth in the industry. It's really important to also see where the biggest growth is expected in IT. And it's really important to note that in this current time frame that we're looking at, the health sector is where the biggest growth in IT is expected to happen. And so this is really important if you're trying to pick electives, and we'll talk about those a bit later, to kind of complement your course. So even more importantly is that we can see here by this infographic that we can see a lot of growth and diversity in the opportunities which are actually available to IT graduates. It's really important to know that you're not just fixed into one outcome for your course. You actually have the opportunity and ability in the field of IT, especially with the course of the Bachelor of IT, to actually diversify your personal portfolio of skills to really target and tailor the employment goals that you're after. And we know that stepping into a course and then trying to think, what job do I want to have as I exit, is a really daunting task. So we have a lot of support services here at Deakin to help you navigate through this tricky water and to help ensure that you're making the best choices possible and taking advantage of all the opportunities which are going to allow you to get the goals and achieve those career pathways that you're after. So it's really important to say that and to know that our IT professionals are actually employed across all industry sectors. Now, not many degrees and courses can actually claim that, but in the area of IT, it is accurate. What this means is we have people working in IT in the health, the education, the finance, media, and also even in our mining sectors as well. And it's really important when choosing a career for your future that you look at the future growth that's expected in that area. And as I've showed you before with our infographic, there is growth expected in the future and beyond in the field of IT. So picking an IT course is a really smart choice in terms of making yourself employable for the future, but also making yourself employable across multiple industries as well. Okay, so now we're going to take a deep dive into what does an IT degree, or specifically, what does the Bachelor of Information Technology look like at Deakin University? So in 2021, we're really excited to present to you our new structure for the Bachelor of Information Technology, which provides students with even more additional and future choices that they can make to really target and tailor their future career goals and pathways. In this version of the Bachelor of Information Technology, you can see we have a blend of both majors and minors available to our students. And this really allows the students to customize and tailor the opportunities that they're after to a really finite level. So they're really targeting and achieving their future career goals. You can see here that we have a blend of majors across application development, cloud computing, creative technologies, cybersecurity, and games design and development. You can see that some of those majors are also available as a minor sequence as well, but we have some new additions to our minor sequences, which include cybersecurity management, cybersecurity network operations. We have embedded systems, which takes a look at the Internet of Things, and we also have a programming minor, as well as a virtual and augmented reality minor. So what you can see here in our majors and minors that we have available to students, we have a really unique blend of both traditional areas, but also emerging and developing areas of IT. This blend allows us to keep up to date with industry and ensure that our graduates are really focusing on what industry is looking at and keeping up to date with the industry trends. So let's take a look at the course map for what this looks like. You can see here by the colors that we have a nice blend of the requirements in terms of core units, major sequences, and also how you complete your major or minor and the related elective spaces that you'd have available to you. So it's really important to know here that you have 15 core units, including that IT pink placement that you'll be completing as part of your coursework. So what you can see here is that there's a really targeted and focused foundational year of study at the first year level. You can see as we move through the course that we're focusing on the users and communication as we move through, and also being a leader and thinking innovatively. We also have the breakdown of how you might complete your industry project unit, which you'll complete in your final year. But we'll talk about that in more detail later. You also have a compulsory internship placement that you'll complete as part of your course. And this is to really get students the ability to have that industry hands-on experience before you graduate. You can see here from the light green mint color that we have the majors and minors mapped out for you. You can see here that if you're completing a major, that would be 6 units that you'd complete. And if you're completing a minor, you would have 4 units. So if you choose the minor pathway, what that means is you have 4 units of minor study that you have to complete with an additional 5 elective units. Now, if you're a strategic student, that might mean that you actually could complete a second minor as part of your studies. Of course, you can also select elective units that would be helpful to support and strengthen the course choice that you've made in your minor selection. If you pick a major, on the other hand, you would have 3 elective units. And we've had many students who have picked and use their electives to do things like study abroad opportunities, study tours, and even international workplace experiences. So don't worry if you're not sure about which pathway to choose before you start your course. The great news is that as you progress through your course, there's many opportunities and chances to actually talk to and converse with course advisors and course directors to ensure that you're making the best choices available for the outcomes that you're after. In terms of entry requirements, it's really important to note that these should be used as a guide only because they actually change each year depending on the applications made. So these are a lot of different, the details for how you can enter the course. And it's important to know that generally if you're studying full-time, this would be a 3-year course. But not everyone has the same journey. So it's important to note that there are many different pathways, not just the ATAR score, on how to enter the course here at Deakin. So we have transferring from other courses. We also have guaranteed pathways from some of our TAFE partners. We also have a guaranteed entry from our Deakin College partnership as well. So it's really important to know that it doesn't matter how you get here to join us for the Bachelor of Information Technology. We're happy to have you and also happy to support you on whatever pathway you need to take to ensure that you're achieving those career and learning goals for yourself. So now we're going to talk a little bit about why studying at Deakin is a great choice for you to make. And I hope that you'll agree with me at the end of this section. So what's really important is that we think about what we have at Deakin that makes us unique. I'm a little bit biased, I must admit. Working at Deakin, I quite enjoy it. I like our facilities, and our facilities are actually one of the greatest advantages that we have for our students. Being able to make the students aware and being able to allow them to interact with latest innovations in really high class facilities is really important. But it's not just the physical facilities, it's also our digital and online facilities which make us unique at Deakin. We're being able to provide support and guidance both physically and digitally for our students, no matter their flexible learning arrangements. What's also important is that we're able to provide students with opportunities to be able to practice in environments which really mimic what industry is like today, whether it's in a globally dispersed team, whether it's in a virtual learning environment, or whether it's in a physical location working side by side through hands-on experimental learning with a group, team, or as an individual. So it's really important that we consider all of the unique factors which make Deakin hopefully your first choice of study. In the School of IT, we're really lucky to have access to many high class facilities. These include our VR lab and iCube, our robotics and Internet of Things lab, and also our flexible workplace discovery lab, which is a simulated environment to replicate the workplace for our students, especially when they're moving into their industry capstone experience, their project units, to allow them to really get that workplace feel. As I said before, we have lots of different flexible study options. Everyone's journey is not the same. Some people need to study full time, and that might mean 3 or 4 units per trimester. Other students might study part-time, and that might mean 1 or 2 units per trimester. And sometimes you need to be flexible with how you move through these different changes to make sure that you're actually achieving that work-life study balance. And we also have both our physical and our virtual campuses, in which there may be opportunities to move between those depending on the units that you study. We're really lucky to have professional accreditation at Deakin. In fact, we've worked really hard to meet our accreditation requirements to ensure that we are producing students and graduates that have the IT professional requirements needed for industry. So we ensure that all of our Bachelor of IT course structures are accredited under this framework. Some of the other unique experiences that we have on offer at Deakin is the ability to travel in international experiences. So to have these opportunities to move through different experiences and choose different options to really tailor and get a unique perspective and outlook on your chosen IT journey. It's really great to gain a competitive edge, to embrace new cultures and understanding, but actually to really challenge yourself as well. And in the School of IT, we have many different opportunities which we support, including IT placements overseas and study tours. So as I was saying throughout this whole presentation, being job ready, having our graduates with a clear idea and outcome where they want to go is one of our key drivers in our Bachelor of Information Technology program. We really want to blend together the knowledge and experience required for students, but with opportunities where they can practice that and interact with industry as well. Some of those areas include the IT placement. So this is our compulsory unit where students will complete a minimum of 100 units over, a minimum of 100 hours over a minimum of 4 weeks within an industry. And this means that they get that hands-on industry understanding and work experience that is really required for students to really gain an insight into what it's like to truly use the title of IT professional in an IT professional workplace. In terms of our industry projects, these are those 2 units which we have at the end of our students' degrees, which we allow them to interact with industry, develop, and actually put to use all of the knowledge that they have gained and experiences that they have learnt and had during their courses into producing a solution which will lead to an outcome for an industry partner. This is really important and a unique experience that we offer to our students. It's really important that students undertake this work project so that they're really able to showcase not just their learning, but their growth and development that they've had during their practice in their courses and also through the different experiences that they might have undertaken alongside their coursework. Every student's outcomes are different in this space, and we can see this through the different pathways and planning that they'll have and the opportunities that they have to tailor their course to meet their individual learning and career goals. We have some great outcomes because we also have the support of Deakin Talent, which is an in-house graduate employment industry within Deakin University itself. They provide lots of different opportunities for students to explore experiences in traditional roles, related roles, and also in cross-discipline roles. So really getting our students to not just focus one direction, but actually look in multiple directions where their skills, learning, and experiences could be adopted. So at this moment, I'd like to invite back our student ambassador, Ms. Gayatri Yoshi, to come and have a chat with us about the different experiences that she's had while studying with us at Deakin. So hi and welcome back, Gayatri.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for having me in this presentation. Hopefully, I can answer some of the questions that our aspiring students might be having. So yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I think we'll have it like a bit of a conversation. So Gayatri, why did you choose Deakin as your university of choice?
Mhm. So Deakin ranks in top 1% of the universities worldwide and is known for its student satisfaction. And Deakin has a vast variety of courses that it offers. And so while I was looking at the courses, I found Bachelor of IT really interesting with all the units that it includes. So I think that's one of the reasons I really liked doing this course. And another reason is that Deakin prepares its students for graduate roles and for the industry. And additional services like Deakin Talent, they prepare students to gain graduate employability, so it's easier for them to have a proper graduate role.
Yeah. So that's some great reasons why you chose Deakin. So I suppose I'm a bit biased about the Bachelor of Information Technology, but what made you choose that out of the different IT courses that Deakin has available for you?
Mhm. So Bachelor of IT, as we see, is a further step to mankind. And when we think of IT in today's world, everything is controlled and driven by information technology. So I was really interested to know about how this works. So, which is why I'm doing a Bachelor of Information Technology at Deakin. And I've also been always been interested in knowing and learning about new and innovative creative technologies that has made our routine tasks really easy. So that makes me choose creative technologies as my major for the course.
Excellent. So if you had to pick out some things, what have been some of the highlights as you've been studying with us here at Deakin?
Mhm. I've learned a lot of things while my course at Deakin. Some of them being learning to program robots and making 3D environments for virtual reality devices. I've really enjoyed all of the learning experiences. And one of the best experiences I've had so far was the international study tour that I did to Italy. It was about entrepreneurship and innovation at the European Innovation Academy. And I've really gained a lot of entrepreneurship skills, and I've learned to work in a team with diverse team members. So I think these have been my highlights so far.
Excellent. Sounds like some great highlights that you've been having. So in your future career pathway, what are your plans after study?
Mhm. So after completing my graduation from Deakin, I want to contribute the skills that I've gained from the course and other activities at Deakin, and I want to contribute those skills to the field of information technology. And creativity is my strong suit, and I want to use my creativity and combine it with innovation to create amazing user interfaces and user experiences. So I want to work as a UX UI designer in the near future.
Um, have you joined any clubs or societies during this time?
Yes, I've been a part of several clubs and societies while my time at Deakin, and it really helps you to make new friends and meet new people, meet like-minded people, and also develop some new skills and knowledge. So I think it's a really great part of the university life, and it's a really great opportunity for students to increase their skills and get to meet new people. I would also like to add that I've had a really good experience so far while learning online, and the academic staff at Deakin has really been helpful. And they've made sure that the students don't face any kind of technical difficulties or any kind of problem while studying online. So I think I've had a really great time so far.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your insight, Gayatri, because I think it's really important for students to get a feel what it's like for students on campus, and whether it's a virtual one or a physical one. So I'd like to invite you, Gayatri, to stick around for the Q&A session after this presentation. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so just as we kind of wrap things up today, just talking about some opportunities that are available in terms of scholarships. So we have a couple of opportunities that are available to try and increase and diversify our profile in the IT study area. So we have Ignited scholarships, which are available to women to increase their interest in IT and engineering and construction management. We also have the Barwon Water Scholarship, which is for students, offering them in areas of importance in the area of Geelong. So hopefully we've kind of covered why we think you should choose Deakin, both myself and Gayatri as part of the presentation. But just to wrap up and to kind of highlight some of the points mentioned, it's important because we have industry certified courses. We have peer support networks as well. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to go to your academics and ask those tough questions, but it's a little easier to seek out a fellow student and ask them for their support and guidance. We have different placement opportunities and various modes which students can complete them in. We also, as Gayatri mentioned, have had the #1 position in student satisfaction for a number of years, and we're really proud of that statistic. So as we kind of conclude today's presentation, I'd like to invite you and thank you for joining us today to discuss the Bachelor of Information Technology and what I think is a great future career choice to make. Also, don't forget, if you want any further information, you can check out our virtual open day website, which has a lot of additional information that you can look through at your convenience. And finally, I'd like to encourage you to stick around for our live Q&A session, which is about to start after this presentation. And so in this time, you might decide that you'd like to talk to one of our course advisors, one of our course directors, or even Gayatri, our student ambassador, to help you make a more informed and hopefully what I think is a great choice to study the Bachelor of Information Technology here with us at Deakin University in the School of Information Technology. So we hope to see you in the future as one of our students in this course. Okay, let's start the Q&A.